Hey, it's Magical Mimi. So, over the past few days, since Sunday, the 2nd in particular, I have been getting a lot of messages from Spirit pertaining to the government shutdown and those particular files that everybody's been talking about, but not a lot of people have continued to talk about for the past month, for the duration of the shutdown. So on Sunday, I was getting a message from Odin, Barnabas, and Hippolyta about SNAP funding. But the message and what they said was actually pertained to those particular files, which made me realize that Spirit is saying, yes, the government shutdown and all the tactics of not paying government employees, not dishing out SNAP funding, all of that is connected to getting us to be silent and stop asking about those files, because the exposure and what will happen to so many powerful people that are in power in this country, or have businesses named after a physicist, an electric car company named after a physicist. Okay, right? There are those people that are in those files. They don't want that information coming out. That is why they ensured one of the co-conspirators now sits pretty in the White House. That's why they do everything to ensure that he is still in the White House. And currently, they are distracting all of us from those files to get us to stop talking about it and exposing the truth by keeping the government shut down and not paying federal employees that have to work during this period of time, and also not funding SNAP. They are doing it specifically to get us to focus on that, because they know that we care so much about our comforts as Americans living in this capitalistic society. We care more about that than anything else. So when our dollars are dwindling and we have to pinch our pennies, it is a threat to us, and we will have to decide what matters the most to us. Okay, and they are betting that we will cave because we care more about our comforts, when really we need to band together and start taking care of each other and not fall for their traps. We need to not fall for it. And I know that is so much easier said than done, but they have literally orchestrated the mass distraction from those files, because it will crumble world economies, it will crumble world leader structures. It is massive. There are networks all over the world that are interconnected to that particular set of files. Okay, and during the transmission of message that I got on Sunday that was about SNAP funding, but really it was about those files, the person whose name is attached to the beginning of that, his soul showed up. And the energy and the way that he moved that pendulum was unlike anything I've ever experienced. He literally moved my pendulum in a vertical circle. Usually it's going like this, if it's going in a circle. Not like this. And it was jumping, and it was like so much anger and frustration from his soul. His soul cannot rest until those that are involved, including the person that occupies the oval, until that person and everybody else are exposed and are taken down. The soul of the person whose last name is attached to those files needs those files to be exposed, needs everybody in those files to be exposed so his soul can rest. And he is angry, he is frustrated. He was literally throwing a temper tantrum. And I plan on sharing that video of that channeling and what that looked like on my Substack later on. I haven't done it yet, but I will. But Spirit really, really needs us to focus on that, because we need to shine a light into those corners where those cockroaches live. Okay? And those cockroaches may have gold necklaces. They may have a little gold home that they like to go to. They like a lot of gold, those cockroaches. They like to sit on top of money and hoard it. Okay? Those are the people that need to be exposed, okay? And I asked Spirit, what is it going to take for this government shutdown to end? And basically, these are the cards I got, okay? I got the Three of Cups here, the Four of Coins, okay? And the Knight of Cups, okay? So we need to focus on our capitalistic addiction that we have been brainwashed to be focused on, to stop being manipulated by capitalism, and band together, come together, and continue to shine a light on addictions that are unhealthy, that are in a particular set of files, okay? And once we do that, then things will get better for all of us and it will end. We need to continue to talk about those files. So if I know you're worried about SNAP, I myself received SNAP as well. That worries me as well. It worries me that a lot of people are going without, okay? And it is time that we all come together and take care of each other and continue to demand that those files be released and that every single person that is in those files faces judgment. That is what we have to do. That is how we end this shutdown. We continue to focus on what they don't want us to focus on. Okay? They are using this shutdown and the withholding of SNAP funding to distract us from what they know is the catalyst of change for the entire world, because it is a system that has controlled and manipulated the world. It is connected to the fall of the patriarchy. And we need to keep talking about it. We need to demand that everyone that's in it, regardless if we like them or not, that they face justice, and that every ring that is connected to the main one that those files are named after, that they all are exposed. And it's really important for young women and little girls that we care about that we continue to push to have those files released and every single name exposed. And we also, again, with this, goes back to not being addicted to consumerism. Stop spending money on non-essentials. Don't go all out for Thanksgiving, and do not go all out for Christmas. Only buy what is essential. Put the pressure on the corporations. You tell them who's the boss. It's not them, it's you. Okay? That is what we need to do. We can beat them at this game. There's more of us than them. All right. Until next time, peace be with you.